Hi guys, so we are at the last lesson of our grammar book, so here it goes. We've discussed adjectives at length, and you guys know that adjectives have to match in gender and plurality of the noun that it is modifying. So if you have an adjective that ends in an O, for example, look on page 244, the word bueno, okay? Like let's say you're talking about good food, okay? The word food in Spanish is comida. So you would say buena comida. Buena comida, because the noun ends in an A. Okay. Now, if it was masculine, so like bueno, let's say bueno. It's another good word. We could say libro, a good book. Bueno libro. So la comida buena, un libro bueno. And actually, remember that the adjective goes after, so let me write that. So la comida buena, okay, un libro bueno, okay, un libro bueno. You know that also you want to make them match if it's plural. So if I want to change this to plural, I would say las comidas buenas, unos libros buenos. They have to match, okay? That's what happens when it ends in an O. But recall that if the adjective doesn't end in an O, if it ends in anything else like grande. So, la comida grande, the big food. La comida grande. Nothing happens to the E, it stays as an E. And then if you had male, so it would be un libro grande. Okay, again, nothing happens. You don't change. The only difference would be here, it would have 4 possible endings. You would have singular, plural, male, and female. Okay, over here, you would have only plural. So it would be las comidas grandes, add an S if it ends in a vowel, unos libros grandes. Okay. And of course, if it ends in a consonant, you add an ES. So like unas lecciones grandes. Unas lecciones grandes, okay? So that brings us to adjectives of nationality. All of that review to remind you or to show you how to do adjectives of nationality. On page 244, you can see if the nationality ends in an O, it's going to have 4 endings. So, for example, Mexican, mexicano. Mexicano ends in an O. That means you can have a female, a male plural, and a female plural. Okay? So it would be mexicano, mexicana, mexicanos, mexicanas. Okay? But I'm going to put the little lines which indicate repeat. Okay? But if the adjective of nationality does not end in an O, it ends in anything but an O. Look at the next section in the page 244, the middle section. You have an adjective that ends in an L, español, for Spanish. So español, you can make it, notice something. Español is going to be male, okay? But here you have a different rule than you would if it was an adjective that ends in something besides O. You actually can add an A. In fact, you have to add the A, española. This is different than the word grande or difícil. Those are descriptive adjectives, but they can only be plural or singular. They cannot be feminine. You cannot say grandas, you cannot say difícilas. But in nationalities, you actually do make them feminine. So it would be español, española. And then to make it plural, notice it has ES. So you would say ES and AS. Okay? So español, españoles, española, españolas. Okay? Again, you can look on page 244. So let's say you wanted to say the Spanish lady. You would say, page 244, la señora española. Male would be el señor español. if you had more than one, it would be las señoras españolas, los señores españoles. Okay? So that is going to be for all of your nationalities. They do not follow the normal adjective rule that says it has to end in an O. Okay? The only difference I would say is that when you have Mexico or Mexicano, it ends in O to make it plural. You say Mexicanos. Notice that, O-S. But for Español, you don't say Españolos. It's not os, it's S. So please be sure to do that. Don't try to make it with an OS. You add an ES to make it plural. Okay? All right. So your homework is going to be page 245, the first part, number 1 through 25 only. The next lesson the last lesson will be the second set of 125. So you're going to do number 1 through 25, and then on Thursday you're going to do the second part, 1 through 25. So the part where it says number 2 on the bottom, where it says to answer and ask questions, you're not doing that this year because we ended early. So this is going to be your last lesson. If you have questions, please let me know.